I want to be a police officer.
A police officer? That's nice.
With a shield.
With a shield. Why do you want to be a police officer?
Because a dragon. That's why police officers have shields. I want to be a giraffe. I want to be an animal zookeeper.
Oh, animal zookeeper? That's interesting.
What about the dinosaur zookeeper?
Dinosaur zookeeper?
Yeah. It's safe for grown-ups.
A few weeks ago, our 4-year-old son said that he wanted to be a dentist, and then his dream changed into becoming a doctor, and then an astronaut, and then a firefighter, and then this morning he said he wants to be a mechanic, and then changed it again into becoming a chef. And the recording that you heard in the intro was just a few hours ago, and what amazed me is the conversation we had after I pressed on stop. So he plainly said, "But I don't want to be a grown-up." And then I asked, "Why not?" And then he said, "Because I want to play, and if I'm an adult, I won't fit on my toys anymore." Makes sense, right?
Welcome to episode 2 of Mom Buns and Dad Buns. Today, we're going to talk about the tip of the iceberg that is parenthood. And because it's a very broad topic, we're going to narrow it down and focus more on the question we've been hearing since we were kids. And that is...
Clap.
Welcome to the podcast. Before we were parents, we were once kids, and we've been asked this question multiple times. What do you really want to be when you grow up?
When I was young, I wasn't really decided on what do I want to do when I grow up. I really don't know what I wanted to be. My imagination was so broad that, you want to be multiple things. I wanted to be multiple things. I wanted to be a ninja. I wanted to be a cop. I wanted to be a scientist. I want to be everything. And since you were a kid, you have a lot of energy. You can do a lot of things. You can pretend to be a lot of things.
Unlike your creativity, I'm very specific with what I want. And I remembered when I was 8 years old, I told my mom that I wanted to be a cashier. And she was very supportive enough to, buy the things that I need to become a cashier that time. So I have a play money, I have a grocery shop, and I even have a push cart. And growing up, I realized that I wanted to become something else. And I remembered when I was in high school going to college, I told my mom that I wanted to become a broadcast journalist. I remembered I wanted to become a talk show host. I wanted to be a news anchor.
When I reached high school, I wanted to do arts. I wanted to be in music. I wanted to focus on that passion. And in terms of my decision during that time, it's not really 100% my control, because I do believe that the parents, they do have a say in what their kids would like to be when they grow up. And that's what happened to me. It's something that's realistic. My parents wanted me to be something realistic, someone who will be practical. And in a way, it was a controlled decision, which at first I wasn't happy, because I wanted to be something else. I wanted to pursue my passion. But sometimes, pursuing your passion, it doesn't really help you pay the bills. And that's why I took up a different course that would, eventually make me be introduced to the world of business and be someone who can earn, at the same time learn from the industry and to other people.
If you have that dream and you weren't able to really reach it, or you weren't able to achieve it, you'll surely and definitely have what ifs in your life. And that's what happened to me.
Looking back, I'm thinking to myself, what could I have become when I pursue my, when you pursue something that you really love? Where could it lead to? So it wasn't really defined when you were young, because you really, really want to experience everything. But when you get old, that's something different. You have to be practical. You have to be realistic. You have to be someone who is decisive and doesn't waste time in terms of making decisions. And it's different now because you're a parent. We have a kid, and we are starting to ask him a question that we've been asked as a kid as well. So
What do you think of parents intervening in their kids' decision?
well, I believe it affects it a lot, your kid's decision, because when I was young, I wanted to pursue arts. I wanted to be in music, but my parents, they wanted to be realistic. So I enrolled in a course that at first I didn't really want or understand, but as you go on, you understand what's more important, and that's being practical. They just wanted to share the reality that sometimes your passion won't, give you food or money, or doesn't really lead up to their standards of success.
But is that really the case? If you're passionate about something, like let's say in arts or in music, you said that you wanted to be a musician. Do you think that if your parents supported you, do you think that you're not going to be successful?
That's the what if of it. You won't really know what it could lead to. So as a parent, it might affect what your kid would like to become in the future, but at the same time, it opens up a lot of possibilities, right? You yourself, you mentioned that you wanted to be a newscaster. You wanted to pursue a different line of work compared to what your mom is doing. So, in a way, you found yourself in an industry, a different line of industry.
I always have that what ifs in my head. What if my mom just supported me? Because back then I'm very, very passionate about doing what I want, and I'm very solid with my decision. But all of it was ruined when she said that she won't enroll me if I won't take up the course that she wanted. And so I said, okay, I'll just finish my school. I'll just follow, and let's see if I'm going to be successful because of practical reasons.
So you do believe that there's a big effect when parents intervene too much?
Yeah, definitely.
kids'
Yes,
decision.
yeah.
I agree. Because we wouldn't know what they would become if we intervene too much.
True.
And we experienced it ourselves because we were once kids, and we were once driven by a passion that's different to what could have been of us when you pursue something that you really like.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it helps you to become realistic, right? In a way, because you really have to find something that's fruitful, and that would allow you to not just earn, but also you we're in a age right now, we're not getting any younger, so in a way, we're in that spot wherein we find ourselves trying to settle down. We're no longer trying to find what we would be passionate about, but in a sense, we like to have a different outcome for our kid, right?
Right. You know, obviously, as a parent, you would want what's best for your kids, and that's a cliche, and that's a reality of what parenthood is, right? But at the same time, we should give him the chance to pursue it. Or let's say we would guide him into a money-making course, and then
You won't be happy about it.
what I'm saying is that we can tell him what we want for him based on his skill set or based on the subjects that he would be good at. But if he would say that I wanted to be this, then let's just support him with that. Or potentially we could tell him, okay, let's make a deal with you. We are going to support you with that on the side. He can do that over the weekends. You know, we're going to be there in his gigs and all that. Just a balance between being a parent, guiding your kids, and listening to what they really want in life.
Well, we are actually living in a different time already.
True.
So whatever kids right now, whatever passion they are into, whether it's photography, videography, or art, or whatever, they can actually find ways to monetize it. They can actually find ways how to earn from it.
That's
Because
true.
we have different platforms now, like YouTube. They can upload their videos, or in a way that opens up a lot of opportunities for them. Even though they would like to pursue their passion, they could still, get something out of it. So it's a different time that we're living in, and pretty much we are open. We should be open in allowing our kids to explore what they really want.
I guess that's the beauty of technology. We can be whoever we want to be.
I wanted to end this podcast with one of the quotes from a book that we read when we were kids, and I'm sure everyone read this growing up. So this comes from Little Prince. So all grown-ups were once children, but only a few of them remember it.
And that's it for today. We hope you like this episode. If you do, send us some love. Follow us on Instagram at Buns and Puns. We also have a Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Buns and Puns. And please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for listening, and see you on the next one.
Could you be the one?